Welcome back to Sights and Bites. I'm your host, Nayo, and on this episode, we are celebrating Polynesian culture as well as Women's History Month. We're here outside a Pacific Seas restaurant, which is the first ever Polynesian authentic restaurant here in Utah. And in honor of Women's History Month, we're gonna be bringing some of the ladies from the Jazz. Let's go inside. I am here joined with Marianne, who is one of the managers of Pacific Seas Restaurant. And this is a family-owned business. And as you're coming through the restaurant, you're gonna see your sisters, you're gonna see your dad, but just talk about what this restaurant means to your family.
Well, thanks so much for being here. Pacific Seas has been around since 1991. So a little over 34 years, well, going on 34 years. It's a family-owned business started by my parents just as a means to help provide financial support for their daughters for college.
So now, 35 years later, you guys have now all gone through college, and this restaurant is still standing.
We're still going, yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It's a huge accomplishment, I believe, for my father. Just to see him still come to the restaurant every day at 81 years old and still participating in the restaurant responsibilities. And just his passion are the customers, are the people.
One thing that we were talking about off camera is just authenticity, and this being an authentic restaurant. Kind of just explain what that means.
Being authentic, it's a lot of the original foods from the Pacific Islands. That includes Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, and it's an opportunity for us to provide those different dishes, sort of a comfort food for a lot of our Pacific Islanders, as it reminds them of the foods that they ate at home growing up.
Some of the food here gets transported directly from Hawaii and other regions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Our taro leaves, we have it imported every week from Hawaii, from a local lu farm there, in order for us to make our signature dish, which is the lu. It's taro leaves with the meat inside.
And I asked you earlier, the mantra is food is love.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
So Pacific Islanders show their love through food. They put their best foot forward with the types of food that they offer. And the more heartier, the more food that you have is a symbolism of their love. Throughout our restaurant, you'll see pictures of, the BYU football team, University of Utah. They are continually coming here and supporting our business.
This is also Women's History Month, so it's great to be able to celebrate not only Polynesian culture, but also be able to celebrate women. I love that as daughters, you guys are so involved in this restaurant.
Yeah.
But you guys have the joke with your dad, where it's, I'm glad you had 5 daughters.
Yeah.
Because this business, that's why this business has been able to last.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna bring in the ladies of the Jazz to sit and have conversation and also just enjoy authentic Polynesian food.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you all kind of just experience this restaurant with me, but also to give you all your flowers in real time. Because when it comes to sports, people know the players and the coaches. They forget some of the people that really make the organizations run, and you all are such an integral part of all of that. So this is Lindsay, Libby, and Tanea. Can you all just explain what your roles are?
So my role specifically is player and alumni relations. What I really love is being able to support the athletes through all parts of their career. So one of my things is, I'm typically at the NBA draft on draft night. So for some guys on our team, I've been there, at one of their first moments in the NBA. And then the alumni relations part of my job spans past, post-playing career and into career after, kind of on court.
I'm on the corporate partnerships partner experience team. We work with our account managers and clients for the Utah Jazz, now Utah Hockey Club as well. On my side of the team, we work on the operations side, and we focus specifically on client experiences, client events, just running things, making sure everything goes smoothly.
I am also on the corporate partnerships team. I'm an account manager, and I work with a specific number of sponsors at any given time to make sure that we are meeting their needs. And then we work with this amazing team to make sure everything is fulfilled throughout the whole season. And then we renew the contracts too.
One thing that I think the Jazz do incredibly well is that there's so many women that are on staff. What does it mean to be a woman in sports?
It's changed a lot because I'm surrounded by women now. But originally it was very different. It was very male dominated, and women were like, what are you doing here? This is about sports.
I think to your point, it's very empowering. On our team, we have 4 female VPs, and as a mom, as a female in sports, it can be intimidating sometimes, but having that support, just knowing that it's possible, it's great. It's a great opportunity for all of us.
I'm a relatively new mom. My daughter's going to be 2 in a couple months. The timing, the scheduling can kind of be all over the place. That's really been a new space that I've navigated, and really relied on the other women who have already gone through it as moms, and maybe their kids are a little bit older.
I'm going to say community is such an important part, but even kind of hearing how you talk and hearing your story, because you now have 3 little ones. We have superpowers, but we're literally superheroes. And so it's amazing to kind of see us do it all. So as we were talking, I don't know if you all noticed, but the food was being placed out in front of us. So we had to take a quick pause, but we also have to introduce Jane, who's known as the hype gal of Pacific Sea's restaurant and market. But you're also one of the amazing sisters and daughters. This is quite the spread. I also want to kind of just mention that this restaurant started off as like a grab and go kind of feel. So that's why we see it in this, but a lot of people will stay. They come in and they sit, and they also include it. Yeah.
A lot of people do. Well, a lot of people, we kind of know the community's small. So like you're bound to run into someone that you know when you know them. Especially someone you went to like high school back in Samoa or Tonga, you might find them here.
Love it.
What advice would you give to those young girls that want to get involved in sports and know that there are so many different avenues you can take to get there?
For me, one piece of advice that I wish I had when I was growing up was to just test things out. Try out for the internships. If you don't know what you want to do, just try different things, because you're gonna find out, I like this, I don't like this.
I do feel like being curious, maybe look around and be curious about what's happening on the court or on the TV on a broadcast. How was that planned? Did it take a year or did it take 2 weeks?
I absolutely love that. And I appreciate you ladies, for being so candid. So cheers to that.
To moms.
To moms, to being able to do it all. And thank you all for just everything that you bring to this organization. You're incredibly important. You're needed. And let's get back to this food.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Sorry.